Show me something good, because this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. That guy's running into him. See, this is the thing with all these goddamn demonstrations. That guy's willingly cooperating.
Well, yeah, I mean,
look at that.
He's practicing the technique, and practicing technique, you either cooperate or your arm breaks.
Well, this isn't even cooperating. This guy's throwing himself on the ground. This is silly. This guy's running towards him and letting this guy clothesline him. Come on, that doesn't ever happen. The guy's just standing there. This would never work against a trained fighter. Never. Not in a million years. You get an NCAA Division I wrestler, he's going to shoot on this guy, and this guy's going to be on his head in seconds. It just doesn't work. This is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at nonsense.
Well, you're looking at people practicing techniques, not a multi.
Yeah, let's see the multi. What should he look for?
Exposition, I think, and I think it was in Japan. Maybe an
exhibition or exposition.
I think it was exhibition.
Exhibition, not exposition. Yeah, exhibition. Tell me one of those looks good. And
then I think if you put either judo or karate in, you'll also find it, because it was a multi-martial art meeting in the 70s.
There's a lot of fuckery when it comes to martial arts, and a lot of people that get trapped into all this fuckery. And I've met a lot of people that are very intelligent people that swear that their sensei is the guy that has the answers to all this jazz. This motherfucker's not stopping anybody from taking him down. I'm telling you right now, that old dude with his clothesline technique. Well, this is hard to see with that kind of shit. Those demonstrations.
It's also hard to pick apart, from here. If you were in the dojo watching the footwork, you might, perceive it a little bit differently. Or watching someone who's not a 90-year-old guy with a polite student.
Right.
There are different.
Right. That's why I want to see some real shit. I've never seen it. I've every single one of those. I mean, I've seen some judo demonstrations where there was one that we played recently was amazing. There was this old judo, but the way he moved was logical. I mean, I understood that what he was doing was effective. Yeah. Based on my knowledge of the human body and movement. I'm watching some cooperation there. I'm watching a guy run into this guy's punches or this guy's forearms. Got anything, Jamie? No?
Turkish wrestler versus Aikido guy.
Okay.
That sounds interesting.
A Turkish wrestler versus an Aikido guy. Okay. Let's see. First of all, the wrestler looks like he's about 60. And who knows if he's really a wrestler. Takes him down, like I thought. Mount, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Taps him, head and arm choke. That's what I thought. Now, let's see this again. Okay, he's going to try it again. Okay, here he goes. Grabs him, throws him to the ground again, grabs him, throws him to the ground. Yeah, this is what I expected. Exactly. See, this is what happens in real life. This is what happens. This is an arm bar. This is a guy who's not even good at arm bars. He needs the left leg over the face. That's reality. This shit doesn't work. And it's a beautiful art to practice. It looks cool, but it's like as far as like efficacy and actual grappling against, I just think as far as an actual martial art, it's one of the least effective in real practice.
I mean, yeah, but again, the goal is not necessarily face-to-face combat. If you can pick other things that are more military and are trying to kill. When the goal is kill, the goal is not killing or meeting force with force. The goal is keeping people safe in Aikido.
That's
the
why
goal
I brought
in
up
Krav
wrestling.
Maga is to kill you or to kill your opponent as quickly as possible.
Well, that's why
disable them.
That's why I brought up wrestling, because wrestling, the goal isn't to kill you either. Wrestling,
the goal
is
to get
to just
points,
hold on to you. Well, the goal is to control your body, which would be probably the most effective way to avoid getting hurt. If you had someone coming at you, if you can control their body, they can't hurt you.
Sure, but controlling yourself is probably the higher focus on Aikido, I would say.
I think you're fucking buying some mumbo jumbo, pal. I think they got you.
Maybe they do. Maybe I've been indoctrinated.
Most of that stuff doesn't work. But
yeah, but that's also competition. I mean, I've been attacked in bars. Someone grabs me in a bar, and before they know it, I'm standing next to them. And they're not interested in attacking me anymore because their wrist is, in pain, or they're on the ground, or, that's happened to me. I've used this stuff in real world environments, not against some professional wrestler who's coming at me, but against some asshole in a bar.
Right.
It's very valid. It's very useful.
Okay. What that means to me is it works great as long as the guy doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
Well,
what
a
want as a
traditional martial
artist
artist isn't going to walk around trying to kick people's asses. That's what an unskilled asshole does.
Yeah, but it's not. That's not the point. But that's not necessarily the true, because you could run into someone who's an asshole who's skilled, and just they have issues. They have,
maybe.
they could have emotional issues. There's a lot of people that are skilled fighters that go and pick fights.
Yeah, I suppose.
And if you have Aikido and they have that, you're going to get fucked up.
No, because I'm not going to engage with their fight. I'm going to step aside when they, And also, these guys are drinking beer in the bar. They're drunk and
You're in the bar
jerks.
too.
But I don't get out of control with alcohol.
Oh, you're assuming they do, though. I think
Absolutely,
the best
I'm assuming they do.
martial arts will work on trained killers, and Aikido just doesn't.
Okay.
It's just I want to shatter beliefs, but this is an important subject to me because it's something that I went through my entire adult life, and as a young man, I kind of went through the broad spectrum of what to believe in, what not to believe in. And
I have no problem that
arts.
it's not a competitive martial art, and it doesn't work the way wrestling or Krav Maga or karate, or judo. I'm okay with it being not as practical as those. I still think there's incredible benefit in learning to use your body and keep yourself safe in a crisis environment.
I'm very nervous about people getting inaccurate ideas in their head. And I've seen it in action. I mean, we used to have guys when I was my competition days that would come to the gym that had come from some crazy kung fu martial art where they had this distorted perception of reality, and they would spar with people who actually knew how to fight, and they would get knocked out. It was horrible to watch because they had this idea in their head of who they were, and then in practice it just didn't work
Nobody
at all.
in an Aikido center has an idea of themselves as a sparring fighter. That's not
but they have the idea of themselves as how well they would be able to keep someone away from them.
Yeah, if somebody grabs them or comes running at them.
That guy that we just saw get tackled over and over again very easily.
Sure, but I wouldn't let the guy tackle me. I just wouldn't have been there.
What do you mean you wouldn't have been there?
He would have come at me. I would have stepped to one side and just not been in the way.
But don't you think that guy wanted to do that?
No, because he was trying for a specific technique. He was like, grab my arm and I'll do the technique I'm thinking of.
So do you think that if you were in a matted room with someone who's a trained grappler, you'd be able to keep them away from you?
For longer than that guy, yeah. Yeah, maybe not much longer.
Yeah, you gotta try that. A lot of people have ideas in their head of what is possible.
Yeah,
but you